Hi guys, Nikki Davis here with the Colorado Group, brokered by eXp Realty, and today I have the pleasure of being with Crystal Stearns with the Loan to Home team at North Point Bank.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very excited to have her because she is absolutely fabulous at what she does, and today she's going to talk about investment properties or second home properties. Which is it and why? So Crystal, I'm going to give the floor to you, and maybe you can break that down for us on what actually is a second home versus an investment property.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you've called me about second homes before. So a second home is traditionally, a beach property or a mountain property that you and your family want to go visit. Maybe relatives stay there here and there, but you want that as a second home to vacation to, or maybe you have another job there or whatnot. An investment property is truly for an investment. It's to make money off of that property. So the down payment requirements are a little bit different. So a second home only requires as little as 10% down, and you get premium pricing based on if it was a primary, because the investor does not see that as a high risk because it's not being rented out to tenants and being destroyed. It's you and your family going to enjoy a beach vacation for a month. Versus a rental property, the minimum is 15% down. The interest rate's a little bit higher because the risk is higher for the investor. If something was to happen, you would probably walk away from your investment property before you would your primary home or your second home. So the greater the risk, the higher the rate. And with the investment property, you are able to use the income that you will receive for qualification, versus on a second home you cannot. So you do have to qualify for your primary residence payment as well as the second home payment. And on a rental property, being that you're going to be receiving income on that property, we can actually consider that income to offset the mortgage payment.
Oh, that's good to know. So I know I've asked you often, and I get this question too. Is there a mileage stipulation on where your second home is from your first primary residence?
Yes.
Okay.
Good question. So it has to be at least 100 miles, but it has to make sense.
Right.
If you live in Colorado Springs and you want to have a house in Fountain, why? That doesn't make sense.
Right.
If you live in Colorado Springs and you want to have a high-rise condo in Denver because you do business there and you want to go visit there, then that might work. It just has to make sense. But the general rule is 100 miles, which I know Denver is less than 100 miles. But if you work there and here, it just has to make sense. Yeah. So you obviously want to be very honest when you're borrowing money, and you want to let them know exactly what you're using that property for. So if it makes sense, then we have a case for it.
Okay. And we'll dive more. Thank you so much for that information. It was very valuable. I know we get that question all the time. So we're going to give you guys a little more in-depth information on our next vlog about different types of investment properties. Maybe it's a single family residence versus a condotel or condo. So we'll dive deeper into that on our next video. But thank you so much for all of your information.
Thank you.
And we look forward to chatting with you guys again soon.
Thanks.